everyone. Thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today we are going to be discussing The Davenports by Crystal Marquis. So The Davenports is a historical fiction. It takes place in Chicago in 1910. And it follows 4 different point of views. So this book is split into Helen, Ruby, Olivia, and Amy Rose. So Helen and Olivia are sisters. Amy Rose is their best friend, Amy Rose is their servant / best friend, and Ruby is Olivia's best friend. These are all African American girls, but some of them, most notably Amy Rose, are biracial. So if you think historically, being biracial in a time when, African Americans are still reeling from slavery, she's not really looked upon. It's just like, well, her father was a slave owner. We don't know that for a fact, but it's what people tended to assume, and it really did create this barrier for her. She couldn't wholly exist within the black community, and she didn't exist in the white community. But she has grown, She wants to be a businesswoman. She makes her own skincare. She makes her own hair care. She wants to open up her own salon. She is an entrepreneur, and she is brilliant. And she's also in love with Helen and Olivia's brother. And, he reciprocates. However, the family has expectations for him. They want him to marry Ruby. And Ruby's family, who's kind of broke at this point, but they're keeping up appearances. He's running for senator, her father. They want her to marry John Davenport. I will say, Ruby was one of the characters I didn't care for initially, but she grew on me. I understood where she was coming from. Her family has put so many expectations on her. They're like, no, you have to marry a rich man, but she wants to marry someone she loves. And she thought she did love John Davenport, but then she meets someone else. And this other person that she loves is also biracial, and her family does not approve. I really did enjoy the historical setting. As someone who was born in Chicago, seeing it in this historical place and seeing it through the eyes of someone who is colored was really eye-opening. It really was just an invigorating read for me because, I don't read romance. I swear to you. I don't read romance. But I was here for the romance in this book. Olivia, falls in love with a civil rights leader, and she was thought, it was her duty to get married, again, to someone rich, someone powerful, someone of high standing in society, more expectations, but she decides she doesn't want to be some frilly girl. She wants to fight for the rights of her people, of her father's people. Her father was enslaved, and he escaped slavery, and he made a name for himself, and he became this very powerful business owner. But she wants more than to just be the daughter of a business owner. And you really do see her grow as well. And the same thing with Helen. She wants to be a mechanic. She wants to build cars. She wants to get away from horse-drawn carriages and really build cars. And again, she doesn't want to be some frilly girl. I love that all of these girls, Olivia, Helen, Amy Rose, and Ruby, they all want more. They all want to rise to the occasion and work toward rising to that occasion. And I loved it. It was phenomenal. Going back and forth between each of these characters, it was very easy. It was very fluid. The character development is so on point with these girls. And I cannot wait to see where they're going to go in the next book. I'm all here for it. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be phenomenal, honestly, to see where Marquis is going to take these girls and how they're going to begin to continue to evolve in this historical setting where nothing was easy for them, not just because of their gender, but because of the color of their skin. So they have two things against them, not just their race, but also their gender. But they are still rising to the occasion. People like to push their buttons, but they push right back. They stand up for what they want to, despite what society and despite what their families are saying they need to do. They don't want to be put in boxes. And I really appreciate Marquis' storytelling for that. And it made me appreciate the romance even more, because it was the romance that opened up their hearts, that opened up these girls to be like, we can be more than what society wants for us. So, I'm going to go ahead and give this book 4 out of 5 stars. If you want to read the Davenports, which I highly recommend, I will include links in the description of the podcast on where to purchase said book. And on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me here by liking this podcast, subscribing to it, and sharing it with all your book-loving friends. You can also become a supporter on Buy Me Coffee, Patreon, by purchasing one of my handmade candles, or by following me on any of my social media accounts. Links to everything will be in the description. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.